What's going on, guys? KierenR1885 here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and feelings on Call of Duty this year. I purchased the Legacy Edition basically on release. It was only like a day after, and essentially I feel like it's been about 2-3 weeks since the game's been released, and I feel like now I've played the games enough and I gauged enough feelings and emotions to sort of give you my opinions on both games. I feel like now is an appropriate time. So I'm going to kick it off with the thing that most people hate talking about and hate seeing, and that is Infinite Warfare. I might as well start on a negative, right? So basically I'm going to try and sum up my feelings on this game in a nutshell. So as of right now, I'm only a level 16. I'm surprised I've actually managed to play it that much, and I'll explain why. So essentially, I played this game 3 times before I bought it for the full game. I played it at EGX. Actually, no, I played it quite a lot. I played it at EGX at least 3 times, and every time I actually really liked Infinite Warfare. And I said, this is actually a really good game. People need to stop judging it. They need to try it out and do that malarkey. Then the beta came out, and I was excited because someone I was friends with at work actually gave me a beta code, so I was highly excited to actually go and try it out again, build up my level, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't enjoying it like I did at EGX. I wasn't getting into it. I was getting negatives all the time. It was just horrible. And of course the beta was known to be quite glitchy anyway, so that didn't really help. And then we move on to the full game. It actually took me a week before I sort of bit the bullet, I suppose, and went and just like, yeah, I'm actually going to like try out the full game, see what it's like. And half of me regrets it, and the other half of me actually kind of likes it. So essentially, it's good because it provides us a different game, like compared to Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare Remastered is what we've wanted for a few years now, and I'm highly excited to actually have it, and you'll see why when I talk about it in a moment. But Infinite Warfare is something different. Like when I'm getting pissed off with Modern Warfare Remastered, I'll say, yeah, I'm going to go and play some new Infinite Warfare. Or I might just go play some Need for Speed or whatever I'm playing at the moment. But no, that's a different topic. Infinite Warfare is different, and that's one of the only reasons I like it, just because it gives us a different take on Call of Duty. Yeah, it's something we don't necessarily want anymore, but it's still there. It's still a key component of the Call of Duty franchise, unfortunately. There are some fun aspects to it, however, there aren't many, and that is what I'm about to talk about now with my negatives. So there's a lot of things that we've hated over the Call of Duty franchise over the last 10 or so years it's probably been out for. Don't shoot me for not actually knowing a figure. And this is probably one of the worst games, if not the worst Call of Duty that has been released. Advanced Warfare is easily one of my least favourite. Sorry to all those that actually like that game, but personally I thought it was shit. And one of the reasons I thought it was shit was weapon variants. I didn't like the idea of there being different variants of weapons which essentially allowed a player to be more powerful than another. Like in COD 4, there is, like, you have red dot sight, you have silencer, you have AIM. They don't do necessarily much to a gun. Like silencers, obviously there's less damage, but you don't get seen on a map. But like, that doesn't necessarily help a player to win a game. Like, it might not, but what I'm trying to say is, for example, the K-Bar is my favourite gun on Infinite Warfare. It's probably one of the only guns I use, aside from that, the NV4 and the ERAD. Only because they're notoriously known to actually be decent guns, and they're very common just because they're all, I think, apart from the K-Bar, the ERAD and the NV4 are stock weapons. You can get them like right from the beginning. So, but I do actually have a weapon variant for the ERAD, and before I got this weapon variant, it's only the Reckoning. It's the first one in the 4, and essentially, even when I was using the stock ERAD, and then when I started using the Reckoning for the ERAD, I noticed a difference, and I don't know if it was just a like mentality or whatever, but I was playing better with the variant, and it felt quite unfair that I was able to play better. And this is something that annoys me with Infinite Warfare. Like, I only have a stock K-bar, to my knowledge anyway. Yeah, I do. I only have a stock K-bar. I actually have the Infinite Warfare on my screen right now next to me. And essentially, I hate it when I come up against other players and they've got variants of the K-bar and they're just gunning me down, and it's not right. Like, it doesn't feel like that should be the case, because all these guns are available through supply drops, and I don't necessarily have the money to go out and buy COD points and get supply drops, or I don't necessarily play the games that much to gain enough keys to get supply drops. So essentially I'm always at a disadvantage. Like, Infinite Warfare is not a... Call of Duty nowadays, and especially Infinite Warfare this year, it's a struggle. If you don't get this game at release day, or you don't put money into it and don't put investment into the game, you're going to struggle really, really bad. It's like FIFA as well. If you don't pay and you don't buy packs and possibly get good players, you're going to struggle. You might, well, it depends. You might play well, but at the same time, you're going to be lesser off than those that actually invest in the game. Just like Infinite Warfare, just like Black Ops 3, just like Advanced Warfare. And that theme is going to continue, and so on and so forth. However, this is why everyone likes Modern Warfare Remastered. Modern Warfare, the original COD 4, is what got everybody into first-person shooters. It redefined the first-person shooter genre, and to be able to go back and play that remastered, the nostalgia is real for those people, especially me, who is a huge fan of COD 4, and being able to go back now and play it again is amazing. I'm pretty sure, to my knowledge, I'm about level 44 right now, and that's after playing it for like 2.5 weeks. Bearing in mind, I only get about 2-3 hours a day to sort of play games. That's quite good going, especially because I don't always play COD, obviously. I have other games I want to be playing. So you can tell where most of my time goes compared from Infinite Warfare to Modern Warfare Remastered, and they haven't even done a double XP weekend on Modern Warfare Remastered yet, whereas they have on Infinite Warfare, and I went from level 3 to a level 15 just in that one weekend just because of that. Like, it's only double XP that's making me invested in the game. I want to get that Mac Tab 45, but that's all I want to get. As soon as I got that, I didn't care. I don't give a fuck about Infinite Warfare. I don't see why anyone else should. It's not, I know, like, at the end of the day, this is kind of irrelevant, but is relevant. Like, I want to do games design when I'm older, so I do understand, like, how certain aspects of game development does work, and obviously, for Infinite Warfare, by the time Black Ops 3 was released, they've been making Infinite Warfare for 2 years. Infinity Ward had been making it for 2 years, and essentially, they can't make a game for 2 years, and then because someone doesn't want something, just scrap it, because it's 2 whole years of hard work that have gone into a game that clearly they are passionate about it in Infinity Ward, or were, at least, when they were making it, and to just scrap it. They didn't know, like this, obviously from Advanced Warfare there was some feedback, but it wasn't as strong as what we got from Black Ops 3, except people actually liked Black Ops 3 compared to Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 was fairly decent, even I enjoyed it to an extent, and I can't believe that,
Enemy helicopter inbound.
well, I can believe why Infinite Warfare was released, because obviously it was a bit too soon, but I feel like without Modern Warfare Remastered, Activision and Infinity Ward would be having a very, very bad year, and the last time a situation like this came around was probably with Assassin's Creed, where Unity was an absolute shitstorm, and then they released Syndicate. But Syndicate, is personally one of my favourite games, like, ever, that I've played on the Xbox One so far, and it just didn't get good enough sales, like, compared to what it should be getting, because people just didn't have any confidence in the series anymore. As Assassin's Creed grew on, yeah, people felt it was getting repetitive, it was getting boring, but obviously those hardcore fans, people like me, I'm like a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I've sort of started falling out with it though, in like Assassin's Creed 3, and then I'm back in it now. But on to Call of Duty anyway. Like, Call of Duty, I've been more of a casual player over the years, apart from COD 4 and World at War. Those two games I loved religiously. But despite the fact I didn't really play Modern Warfare 2 that much, a Modern Warfare 2 remaster next year would save the series, hands down. They say that sales are bad this year. Imagine how good they're going to be next year with Modern Warfare 2 remastered, if that's a thing. But essentially, to sum up my feelings on Modern Warfare Remastered, the nostalgia is great, the graphics are insane, the gameplay is so smooth, and to all those people bitching and complaining, oh, Juggernaut Saver powered, oh I hate it, everything is 5x3, it's shit that happens in COD 4. Raven said they weren't going to change anything. They were not going to change any gameplay aspect. The only thing that's changed is the engine they use and the graphics, which is exactly what they said they were going to do from the start. And am I happy about that? Yes. Why should they change anything about COD 4? Because if they did change it, it isn't the same game that we played 9 years ago. So it just feels like a pointless remaster. They might as well have just made a new game. But nonetheless, to sum up, Infinite Warfare, horrific. I will still play it because there is some fun out of it occasionally, but as soon as I'm basically going to slowly grind to this max tab 45, and when I get it, I'm just going to stay. I'm just going to leave it. But Modern Warfare Remastered, I'll still be playing in 9 years, probably. It is so good, and it is amazing when you have friends as well that can play it with you. It just makes the game even better. But this has been my thoughts and feelings on the Call of Duty franchise this year. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, even if I've gone off on some tangents. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.